What's going on, guys? What's going on, guys? This is your man, Real Deal Steele, coming to you live. What is going on? Going up on a Tuesday. Good to see you guys. Feeling all right, out of sight. Got a lot to go over tonight. Can you dig it? Who do we got up in here? We got Alan Schneider. We got TJ Braymiller. We've got Zombie Doge Army. We've got Josh Randell Disavows. We got 7-1 Hector the Dude. Anthony Grant. Mixed Lana. Zombie Doge Army. Emperor Doge. Low Roller. Ramon. Casanova. Peter Ramos. And the list goes on. Guys, before we get started tonight, if I could just ask you to hit that like button. It takes a split second of your time. Doesn't cost you a dime. Number one thing you can do to help a channel like this, reach up into those tricky YouTube algorithms, okay? Secondly, if you're brand new here, I'd like to personally welcome you and invite you to subscribe. Hit all on that notification bell. And if you've already subscribed, hit all on that notification bell. Right now, Doge has just been riding under 30 cents for most of the day. We're going to get to talking about what the possible likely forecasts are for the next week in relation to Dogecoin, among some other stories as well. And so, yeah, just kind of get strap in, get yourself comfortable, whether you got that tea or a stiff cocktail or a glass of wine, whatever your pleasure is. And we'll just get into it. And obviously, any super chats are hugely appreciated for all the time and efforts put in. And you can feel free to ask whatever questions or comments, put whatever comments you'd like there. And I will do my best to field those to the best of my abilities. Some interesting news as indicated by the title of the show. And I'm sure everyone's kind of wondering what's going on with that. Starting things off hugely is Josh Randell Disavows with a $50 super chat. Wow. Say that backwards. Wow. Thank you, Josh, so much. Really appreciate that. Want to get this stream started right. And Zombie Doge Army is okay. You guys, come on. Let's work it out. I think there's a misunderstanding there. Okay, but thank you, Josh. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the strong support, and thank you for the generous super chat right out of the gate. Zombie Doge says, I deserve that. I think we can work that out here, guys. So let me see what I have. I got a feel-good story at the top of the hour here. This just came out today via Cointelegraph. And the headline is this: Dogecoin going to help real dogs. Chicago Animal Shelter now accepts the coin. We are eager to connect with the growing crypto community who has helped sustain the future of animal welfare in Chicago and save the animals, says Paws Chicago CEO Susanna Homan. Paws Chicago is an animal rescue organization in the Midwest city aiming to have shelters stop using euthanasia for its resident cats and dogs, now accepting crypto donations, including, first and foremost, Doge. On a Tuesday announcement, Paws Chicago said it would be accepting Bitcoin, Ethereum, and most importantly, Dogecoin. So that was pretty cool and pretty apt and appropriate business to accept Doge. And Paws Chicago says it's provided 300,000 such surgeries for spading and neutering cats and dogs to help reduce the number of homeless animals killed annually in the area. You know who was a really big fan and really big proponent of reminding people to spade and neuter their pets was none other than Bob Barker. Bob Barker, the original OG host with the most of The Price is Right. The Price is Right. Yeah, he would always end his show with, don't forget to spade and neuter your pets. And he always would work that up in the Price is Right outro day after day. There's actually a really good documentary of this guy who obsessively watched The Price is Right, never missed an episode, and memorized every price of every product featured on The Price is Right, all the way down to scrubby pads to brand new cars and everything in between. Now there's a documentary about this guy. It's very good. And he ended up flying out there for like to be a guest in the audience for like a week straight. And finally luck struck him and they picked him. And he mopped up and won the whole thing because he had it all memorized in his head. And it turned out to be this turned out to be this scandal, but it's a really awesome documentary. I would definitely bigly recommend it. Golden Greaser coming in with a membership. Hey, Golden Greaser, welcome aboard. I know that you've been hanging out in these parts. You've been hanging out in these parts for quite some time. So it's good to see you, Golden Greaser, finally make the leap into the big green on the scene, if you know what I mean. Welcome aboard to membership class, my friend. It's great to have you there. It's great to have you there. But yeah, anyway, the name of that documentary eludes me, but it's fantastic. It's fantastic to watch. It's fantastic to watch. And, you know, I'll just crack into the big story that everyone's wondering about, right? The return of Upcoin. Now, those of you who don't know, or maybe asking yourselves, what the heck is Upcoin? Well, Upcoin was the BSC token that the YouTube content creator Upshot created under his team of developers. And it ended, well, not so smoothly, not the best. There's a lot of speculation about what happened there. A lot of people lost money. It basically behaved like a rug pull. The details are still murky, but and then then Upshot, the man that was the brainchild of this project, he deleted all his socials, including his YouTube channel, and disappeared off the face of the social media earth. And he was one of the more prominent and respected Doge-centric content creators. I think he had some pretty good day-to-day content, technical analysis, and he had a very reasonable candor that and very trustworthy candor. And that's why this whole thing just took people by total surprise. It really caught them flat-footed. So, the return of Upcoin. As of today, there was an announcement, okay, on the official Upcoin YouTube channel. There was an announcement. It only had like 15 views when I watched it. And the guy that was on the screen, I think he watches this show because he's got like a show called the Something and Something podcast. And I forget, the name of it eludes me. but he's that guy. And I know I've seen him in the chat here sometimes. And at any rate, this guy went on to explain how Upcoin is no longer in the hands of Upshad in any capacity, and that he was now the official owner of Upcoin. He's got he's got access to everything. Everything is back in his control. None of it, as according to him anyway, according to this video, that none of it is in the control of Upshad any longer, guys, any longer. This is, and then he goes on to explain how he's really excited about the project, that he was a previous investor in the project that was very disappointed, like many people, and that he's reinvested into it, and that he's excited to relaunch this thing. And he also admits that it's probably going to take a while. That it's going to take a while to get back on track and obviously earn people's trust and everything else. It's interesting, guys. Here's the most interesting thing about this information. Now, get this. This is very, very interesting. In the video, according to this guy, that now he says that has all the keys to Upcoin. He said that Upshad just gave him the project. Now, he said there were a lot of speculation and rumors that Upshad wanted a settlement sum, and I think Upshad may have been going for that at one time. But according to the new CEO of Upcoin, he says that's not the case. He contends that Upshad finally got back to him and gifted him, just gave him the whole project over to him. If that's true, I think that is a very good faith move on behalf of Upshad. I think that is the right thing for him to do. I was hoping that he was going to make a move like that. It was murky from the information I was getting. It didn't seem that was going to be the case, but now it seems like that is the case. Anyway, I'm going off of the information stated by the new project owner of Upcoin, okay? So Upshad has released the project to a new owner who's relaunching Upcoin, and right now the trading volume has gone up for Upcoin. This is not an endorsement. I'm just telling you what's going on. I thought that I was still an Upcoin holder but when I went and checked my wallet, maybe I sold my Upcoin for a whopping $10 or something like that, if that. But I couldn't find it. But I spent about $350 my own money and lost it all, and just like so many people. But I will say that if this is true, that Upshad gave the project to someone else, I think that was the right thing to do, and I applaud Upshad on doing that. If indeed that's what happened, I think that was the right thing to do. Now poses a whole nother question: who is going to invest in Upcoin after this? Who is going to be interested in getting seriously involved in this project anymore? Well, it may surprise you, but the future of Upcoin remains to be seen. I don't know if this thing is going to get any legs or not, in any substantial capacity or not. I would imagine a fair part of the motivation for relaunching this project is to allow the people who really lost their butts on it, to allow the investors who really lost a lot of money on this an opportunity and a chance to get some of their money back, to build the project up again, just because at that point you almost have nothing left to lose, right? So I would imagine in part that's the motivation for this. So we'll see. We shall see, guys. Stranger things have happened. Who knows? Maybe in a year from now, Upcoin could be mooning. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows, gang? But yeah, I don't know where to buy it, and I wouldn't feel comfortable telling you where to buy it. I just, invest in your own risks, guys. But now I've also heard rumors additionally, guys, that there's something called Upcoin Phoenix, like Phoenix Rising or Upcoin Phoenix Rising, or some subsidiary offshoot of Upcoin called Upcoin Phoenix Rising or something. And I don't know if it's true, but I've heard this from a few different people that some people were working on this. And I don't know if this is the same thing now or these folks have joined forces, but or if there's going to be two different Upcoins to make it extra confusing, right? I'm not sure. But this thing, it's a very interesting development, to say the least. It's a very interesting development, and we'll see where it goes, guys. We'll see where it goes. Upshot needs to start making a YouTube channel. He teaches people. Yeah, some people wouldn't mind seeing him back. I'm sure he's has such a likable demeanor that despite everything that happened, don't be wrong, he'd suffer backlash by coming back for sure. But I think he'd find an audience. Again. To the degree that he had one before, that's very unlikely in my opinion. Very unlikely. But who knows? Definitely people sharing a lot of different opinions on this in the chat, and that's understandable. Upshot told people to zoom out, but he didn't do it himself. I mean, that's fair, Stormer. Yep. Yeah, and I don't know if he actually went through with uploading cat videos or whatever, but there's a fair chance he might even be seeing this video. But Upshot, you have an open invite here if you ever want to tell your side of the story on what transpired and why. So, yeah, I know there's a lot of people probably still waiting to hear more from you. Waiting to hear more from you. But, it is what it is. But the bottom line is a fair amount of people really suffered and lost investment money in that project due to the way things went down, which it wasn't very ethical on how that shook out. And so, yeah, the Upcoin has relaunched. There is a new contract up now. People are trading it. The owner, as far as me assessing the character of the new owner of this project, I don't know. I know that I recognize the name of his little podcast that he has, but I can't think of the name right now. And I know he's a viewer of the show occasionally, and he's always struck me as a very, very likable guy. That's all I can say. He said in the video that he already makes very good money in his day job, and that he's just launching this project out of a love for the project and what was lost there, and to make it right and get it back on track. I'm just relaying to you what he said, okay? I'm not making a judgment on this one way or another. I'm not making a judgment on the return of Upcoin one way or another. I'm just simply telling you what's going on and what's out there now, and who's responsible for it, okay? Let's see here. Yeah, Swift Pilot says he should have never sold all his coins. He sold and made tons and screwed us. Yeah, it's still ambiguous to how much money Upshot made out with. I have no idea. And I've gone over it many times. I just still have no idea. Celeste is going to have to stick to cat videos. That's understandable. Yeah, who knows, guys? Will Upshot himself make a comeback? I'd say that's pretty unlikely, but you know, you never know, folks. You never know. It may be an attempt. I don't see it happening, but you never know. Oh, some fun comments in the chat. Some fun comments in the chat here. But yeah, I was pretty surprised to see that myself. But it's, as of now, it's officially back. It's officially back. They've got a new Discord server up and running, and I checked it out. Doesn't seem to be a lot of activity in there right now, but they've definitely got trust. They got their work cut out for them, right? They definitely have a lot of trust to win back, don't they? Oh, Life in Space. That's it, Slay Blaze. Thank you for that. Life in Space, audio surgeon is the name, online name the new owner of Upcoin goes by. Audio surgeon, and he does a podcast called Life in Space. Alex Price says he's a good dude if he can't handle the fire of social media. Yeah. Well, you know, we'll see. We'll see how this shakes out. I'm going to keep everybody posted on it, and if it rugs again, I'll be covering it, guys. TJ Bradmiller, I know somebody's gonna say that, right? Some jackass is gonna take all this out of context like they usually do and claim that I'm shilling Upcoin again. Oh man, the internet. This next story comes courtesy of Bazinga. Bazinga, does Dogecoin need a breather before making another run? Dogecoin is trading lower Tuesday after cooling a bit from its run over the past week. The crypto is falling back towards a potential support area. Dogecoin continues to be the most popular meme crypto on the market. Dogecoin was down almost 9% yesterday at 29 cents at time of writing. Doge daily chart analysis. Dogecoin has been forming a cup pattern higher towards resistance. The crypto made a decent run last week, now is cooling off and moving back toward the support of the cup pattern. The 45-cent level acted as resistance in the past and may again if the crypto can reach this area. Dogecoin has been holding above the cup pattern, and this may continue to hold as support. The relative strength index saw a slight push lower and now sits at 54. This means even though some sellers entered into the crypto lately, Dogecoin still has more buyers overall than sellers. This is true. This is true. So, gosh, what's the probability towards it needing more time, towards it going even much lower than where it is now, or working its way back up? This is something I've been thinking about today. I wouldn't surprise me if Dogecoin just traded sideways, guys, for a bit longer here, a few more days. That's what's calling to me as far as the highest probability scenario there. Now, FX Street came out with a TA report today. I'm not very optimistic one either. I'm pulling it up right now. Dogecoin price prepares 30% crash that will put Doge at 22 cents. This is what they're reporting. A brief technical analysis and on-chain analysis on Dogecoin price. FX Street analysts evaluate where Doge is heading after losing critical support. And they're saying that we are in for a 22 cent Dogecoin in the very near future. That would be a 30% crash, a 30% crash. Now, is this possible? It certainly is. Do I think this is what's going to happen? I don't. I don't think it's going to be that bad. Now, I could be wrong, but all the charting that I've been looking at and everything that I've been seeing, and as far as also accounting for the history of this coin, is telling me that this is the most likely scenario. I think that Dogecoin will likely just trade sideways where it is for a few more days and keep consolidating at that point before getting bullish again. I still contend that Dogecoin will likely hit around the 37-cent mark within the next 6 to 7 days. I know that sounds like quite a stretch right now when you're looking at it trade sideways around 29 cents. But I think, I could be wrong, but I think the highest probability scenario is that Dogecoin trades sideways for a few more days before really getting legs again and ascending upwards all the way up to 37, maybe a bit beyond. We shall see. We shall see, though. But this technical analysis from FX Street, I don't think it's all terribly sound. Now, I'll be the first to correct myself if Dogecoin throttles all the way back down to 22 cents within the next 2 days here. But I really don't see that happening. I'm saying it's probable, but I don't see it happening. All right. So we'll keep an eye on it. We'll keep an eye on it. And we'll see where it goes, guys. This next article, also courtesy of Bazinga's, just talking about how Dogecoin's performed today. Dogecoin tumbled more than 5% today. Over the past 24 hours, Dogecoin's prices have fallen 5.85%. This continues its negative trend over the past week, where it's experienced an 8% loss, moving from 33 cents to its current price. The chart compares the price movement and volatility for Dogecoin over the past 24 hours to its price movement over the past week. The gray bands and bullier bands measuring the volatility for both the daily and weekly price movements. The wider the bands are and the larger the gray areas at any given moment, the larger the volatility. So, again, even reading this, I'm still contending that the most likely scenario is Doge trading sideways about where it is now for another few days before it takes off, along with the rest of the market. Now, this another thing to keep in mind. This is far from the first time we've seen something like this in terms of where we've seen Dogecoin take a greater loss, greater downturn than both Bitcoin and Ethereum, which Doge definitely did yesterday, right? Now, we've also seen this many times when it does this, most all the time, that Dogecoin gets legs and gets really bullish for a few days, wherein Bitcoin and Ethereum are kind of standing still. It's done this almost like clockwork every single time. So again, the highest probability scenario that I think is going to happen is, for example, let's pull up some numbers here, market numbers here. Okay, so Dogecoin is down 7% in the last 24 hours, but for perspective, it's still up over 50% over the last month. Bitcoin is down 2.3% for the last 24 hours, and Ethereum is down about 3.5% over the last 24 hours. So, Dogecoin is definitely taking a bigger hit now, but we've seen this time and time again where Dogecoin will recede and retrace much more, not much more, but more severely than both Bitcoin and Ethereum for a few days before it consolidates, and then it ramps up, and then it just conversely, the opposite happens, and it kind of balances out where Dogecoin starts beating to the beat of its own drum and becomes more bullish than Bitcoin and Ethereum for a few days. So I seem to think that this is going to be the case of something like this again. We've seen it time and time, over and over and over. Need to sleep now. Keep your eyes open for Upcoin Phoenix announcement. Alex says, okay, well, if anybody has any information, it's amazing how people in charge of these projects that would be topical for my show. I haven't heard it from anybody from this Upcoin Phoenix project. No one's even reached out to tell me about it. I can't find any information about it. Same with the relaunch of Upcoin. nobody reaches out to me if I to just give me the basic information about this stuff. It's amazing to me how bad people are at marketing their projects. It's kind of like with all these endless BSC tokens. They'll spam people's comments. They'll spam content creators' comments till the cows come home. And then once in a while, you'll get a message from them just copying and pasting what they would in your comments in your inbox. And then, of course, I get lots of offers to shill this crap, which I never do, like almost every day. I could be making a lot more money than I do now, but these are projects I don't believe in. I just don't feel good about. So that being said, I can't tell you how uncommon it is for someone from a project just to reach out to me and just to explain why they think it's a good project in plain English and respectfully ask for me to give it a look. It hardly ever happens. It hardly ever happens. So that's just amazing to me. It's just amazing to me. Oh, get this next story, you guys. Check this out. This comes courtesy of CoinRivet. Crypto gangsters. Crypto gangsters steal more than 15,000 Ethereum from Liquid Exchange. Holy smokes. That word gangsters is always very funny to me. It conjures up the 1940s. I don't mean ending it with the slang version with an A. I mean gangsters. I remember going for a walk on a Newport Beach boardwalk with a young lady named Jane. We just got done playing skee ball. And there was this seemingly homeless man skipping around drunkenly as it appeared on the boardwalk. And then all of a sudden he took his hat and he's wearing a ball cap and he hoisted it up on the top of his head and cocked it to the left. And then he said to me, "Why, look at this. We've got ourselves a little gangster." Just like that. I don't know why he said that to me. Oh, probably because he was drunk, right? But it was so funny. It was like the spirit of Jim Carrey just took over this individual for that moment in time. It was a surreal experience. Anyway, back to this article. Crypto gangsters steal more than 15K in Ethereum from Liquid Exchange. Headlines were made last week over the Chinese Poly network hack, now infamously Mr. White Hat. Second heist was brewing at another one of Asia's largest centralized cryptocurrency exchanges, where the thieves would make off with 97 million in stolen digital assets. The Japanese Liquid Exchange reported the unfolding events in a series of tweets. Man, good thing we didn't have money. None of us had money tied up there, man. It was called Liquid Global Official. The company revealed the wallet addresses which were used by the hacker to steal funds and temporarily froze all activity on the exchange while assessing the extent of the hack's impact. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tron, and Ripple were the main assets targeted in the event. Well, Doge was not. Yeah, they left Doge alone. How about them apples? It's interesting they targeted Tron and Ripple. Today's hack at Liquid Exchange is the latest security breach in the digital token space, he said. This is another warning, if one were needed, to everyone. Yeah. So with any investment, if it pays to do some homework before you part with your money. It's a very volatile market, blah, blah, blah. Some are speculating that that's why, and I think it's a very charitable reasoning. But some are speculating that's why Robinhood is very hesitant about wallets, because of risking more security breach issues like the one just got done telling you guys about. Golden Greaser coming with a $5 super sticker with some kung fu fighting. Those cats were fast as lightning. Except this isn't a cat, it's a Doge. In fact, it was a little bit frightening. Thank you, Golden Greaser, for that Shiba Inu kung fu super sticker, my friend. I'm catching up on the chat. What are you guys talking about in here? The heck is Upcoin Phoenix? I don't know. Anyway, next. The story comes courtesy of CNBC. Coinbase slammed for what users? Now get this. I use Coinbase, but it's not my main platform. Despite my recent grievances about the platform, Voyager is still my favorite. It's very user-friendly. It's very quick, ease of use. And if anyone's interested and you don't already have Voyager, it's a great, I think it's a pretty solid alternative to Robinhood if you're used to using Robinhood, because it has a very intuitive, user-friendly interface. And things run more quickly on there than in Robinhood as far as bank deposits and transfers and things of that nature. And I have a referral code. If you want the referral code, you'll get $25 in free Bitcoin when you start trading on Voyager. And I'll just pop that in the chat. I haven't done that in a long time. But if you're interested, just use my code upon signing up. You will bypass the waiting period. You'll get approved same day, and you get $25 in free Bitcoin. And you don't even have to keep it in Bitcoin. Once you get that $25, you can transfer it over to Doge or Ethereum, ADA, whatever you like. Anyway, getting back to Coinbase here. Coinbase slammed for what users say is a terrible customer service. It's terrible customer service after hackers drained their accounts. CNBC interviewed Coinbase users across the country and found thousands of customer complaints against the company. I've warned about this. I've talked about this with Coinbase a few times ago. Months ago, I warned about this. The interviews and complaints reveal the pattern of account takeovers where users see money suddenly vanish from their account, followed by poor customer service from the company. Coinbase customer service has been primarily via email, and many customers say it's hard to reach representatives and that they had not made whole for their losses. A spokesman for the cryptocurrency exchange said the company is working on customer service and going to soon roll out more support channels. Get this story about one particular user. This is a good example of what I'm talking about and how serious these issues are, and how there needs to be, in my opinion, there needs to be some new regulation put in place by our government officials towards the crypto exchanges. And I would love to see just a few basic pieces of legislation put into play to protect the consumers, protect the customers, and hold the exchanges accountable for the very basics, like I'm about to share with you here. Tanya Vidovic was in a moment of panic. She had received a series of alerts about someone changing access to her cryptocurrency account. And then she realized, as she stared at her computer screen, that nearly all of her $168,000 in holdings were suddenly gone. It all vanished before her eyes. She was stunned. Nearly 4 months have passed, and it is yet to sink in, she said. Tanya and Jared Vidovic jumped into cryptocurrency investing in 2017 and watched their funds nearly quadruple every 4 years. The Vidovics used Coinbase, the country's largest cryptocurrency exchange. I looked into Coinbase. It seemed like it was one that everybody used and trusted, she said. The growing investment was a welcome boon from the safety harbor, Florida, the couple and their 3 children. But in late April, Tanya, a firefighter, opened her computer to a barrage of security alerts and password change notifications. I got signed on the crypto, she said, and it's gone, all gone. The Vidovics said they had tried to contact Coinbase, but they couldn't get anybody on the phone. Interviews with Coinbase customers around the country and a review of thousands of complaints reveal a pattern of account takeovers, wherein users see money suddenly vanish from their account, followed by poor customer service from Coinbase that made those users feel left hanging and angry, making the issue even worse. Cryptocurrency transactions cannot be reversed, according to the FBI. Experts say once a criminal accesses the account, funds can be drained in minutes. My. So we are talking about another major security breach in Coinbase. In Coinbase. Coinbase has got to get this together. I have warned about these security breaches from Coinbase months ago. I warned about this months ago. And they're still running into these same problems. They've got to get it together. Imagine holding $170,000 in crypto assets. Watch it all vanish before your very eyes, and there's not a lick you could do about it. And not a lick you can do about it. You can't even talk to anybody on the team. You can't even get anyone on the phone. I can get customer service support on the phone for Verizon Wireless or my internet. But you can't get someone on the phone over $180,000? What the heck is going on with this industry? Consumers deserve much better. Users of these crypto exchange platforms deserve much better. And it's not just Coinbase that this is a problem with. This is with all of them. This is with all of them. And it's inexcusable. It's inexcusable. There needs to be some basic regulations put in place that protect the consumer from being completely brushed off and ignored after you lose your life savings to a hacker in one of these exchanges through no fault of your own. There has to be some accountability here, and customer service is almost next to nothing on every single crypto exchange platform. It's almost next to nothing, guys. It's almost next to nothing. It's not right. It needs to change, and it needs to change swiftly, and we need to keep speaking up about this. This is absolute bullshit. I'm kind of a moderate on the regulation thing. I'm not for a lot of regulation on cryptocurrency, but I am for some very basics that protect the customer from rug pulls, protect the customer from basically there should be some insurance in place. For example, if I'm using an exchange and it gets compromised through no fault of my own and hackers come and get my funds, that is not the fault of the users. At that point, in my opinion, the burden of that should fall on the company and to reimburse accordingly. I also would like to see a little bit of even legislation that says that there has to be a response. I mean, most of the time, you have to understand, most of the time when there's a serious problem where people lose a lot of money, they can't even get a response. I remember attempting to transfer some link from my Trust wallet to my Voyager link wallet. It never went through. It's just gone. Vanished. I couldn't get anyone to email me back, message me back. Couldn't get a hold of anyone about it. No one cared. And this happens every day with all of the platforms. It's just inexcusable. I will say Nick's a different kind of perspective because he's a Dogecoin multi-millionaire, so he might get different treatment. But since he's changed over to Kraken, now they communicate with him just fine. But that's his experience. That's his experience. Low roller, I think your analogy is clumsy. With all due respect. I think it's a very clumsy analogy. If somebody hacks into the system of Robinhood or Voyager or Coinbase into their system and clears out your account, that exchange needs to be held accountable for those losses, not you. If that hack was performed without your assistance or lack of due diligence through no fault of your own, I think that responsibility should fall upon the exchange, not the individuals that suffer. But I understand I understand the concerns, the valid concerns of government overreach into crypto, and I don't want that. I don't want that. But I do think that there needs to be some few basics to protect consumers, guys. That's all I'm saying. Get this story. This comes courtesy of space.com. Elon Musk says SpaceX could launch a Starship to the moon probably sooner than anticipated. This came after NASA's implementation of the contract was again delayed this month. Elon Musk says he may be able to launch the company's massive new Starship to the moon for NASA probably sooner than the space agency's 2024 target, even in the face of a contract of other delays. Starship was selected as NASA's lander of choice for the Artemis human landing systems in April, but two situations held up the contract in the months since. The first were protests by competitors Blue Origin and Dynetics. That's some L. Ron Hubbard stuff. That's the first book he wrote. The template for, I don't even want to say the name of the religion because it'll probably trigger something. But it's interesting. There was a pretty well done movie where Philip Seymour Hoffman played a character a lot like the creator of Dynetics. It's the name of it eludes me, but it was a very interesting movie. Really well done. In part, expressing concern about NASA's decision to select one provider instead of two, the company cited lesser budgetary funds available for HLS as a probable cause. NASA Administrator Bill Nelson told Space News Monday. I read that like that's the name of the company. Space News Monday would be an interesting name for a company. But no, it's just the way they have it written in this article. It looks like the name of the company is called Space News Monday, but it's called Space News. On Monday, he anticipates further delay to the agency's plans for Artemis, which since 2019, Nelson's tenure is targeted for the 2024 moon landing. Other considerations for the 2024 deadline include congressional funding for HLS, which has so far not been to the agency's request. The launch for untested space launch system Moon rocket could be as late as 2021. So basically, all in all, what's going on here is looks like this SpaceX mission, aka Starship to the moon, is going to happen much sooner than the estimated 2024. Some are even in the team are estimated that this could happen as soon as early 2022, you guys. So that's a huge difference as far as expediting goes. You purchased a question. Let me see. What question did you purchase here? Okay, sorry, Alex. My apologies. I get so caught up with doing the show and my notes. My apologies for overlooking your super chat. Alex, $5 super chat. Straight up, how do you feel about T King? Tiger King coin. I don't know how to feel about it. I think it's quite a gamble. I think it's quite a gamble that's already paying off for some people that have gotten in early enough. I think it's got the potential to get more legs and make some people some more money, or not. You know, I just encourage people to do their own research when it comes to any projects like this. My position on them is the same that my position with T King would be the same position I have on any other kind of BSC kind of token, even though T King is an ERC20. It's high risk, high reward. It's important that investors understand the game that they're playing when they go into something like this. And for some people, risking it for the biscuit really pays off. I've seen it. I've seen it even with some of my own viewers here. But you can also lose your ass pretty quickly on that stuff. You got to be careful. I've seen plenty of that too. Okay. But other than that, the community anyway, from what I've seen with the community presence online, I think the community seems to be pretty positive, pretty friendly overall from what I'm seeing. And about that's that. Louis Doge Millie, $1.99. When podcast? I don't know how to answer that. Or when podcast? I mean, essentially, we're having a podcast right now. So I'm not quite sure what to add to that, Louis Doge Millie. Scott says he's made out pretty well on T King, but played it purely as a pump and dump from. Yep. Yeah, it depends. Yeah. All right. Anyway, so I'm still contending to my original prediction. Now, what I'd predicted about 2 weeks ago was this. I predicted that Dogecoin would make it anywhere between 37 and 40 cents within a 2-week period. Now, that estimation, that prediction is already about a week old now, right? So I still got about 6 or 7 days to make good on that prediction. I'm not augmenting it, despite the bearish pullback that we've been seeing yesterday and today. I still think, just for the record, the highest level of probability seems to be that Doge will trade sideways where it is, right where it is now, for the next probably couple days before ramping up again and getting pretty bullish to the tune of about 37 cents within the next 6 to 7 days. Now, I could totally be wrong, but from everything that I've been looking at and all the history of the coin and the recent history of the market, this is showing to me the greatest probability scenario. So it'll be fun. It'll be fun to see how this shakes out. Comment to Luffy. Haven't seen your name in a few days. Good to see you, and thank you for the $1 super chat. Josh Randell Disavows coming with the $10 super chat. Thank you so much for that. Really, really appreciate it. Says, Steven, we got to hang, bro. I would love to. I'd love to hang sometime. That would be awesome. It'd be awesome to hang with a lot of you folks. It'd be great. We'll have to organize something. Like I told you, when Nick and a few of us are looking into taking over the mantle for that Doge to $1 party once Doge reaches $1. And we're still trying to figure out a location and details, but we're on it. We're on it, and we'll keep you posted on that as we get a handle on it. And who knows how long or soon that may be. TJ Brainmiller coming in with a membership. Thank you, TJ. Appreciate it. I appreciate that, TJ. And welcome aboard to the Lean Green scene. I love it. Steele-a-palooza. I'd be lucky to sell 50 tickets to that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're working on it. So, yeah, a few of you are wondering about this Doge to Doge dollar party. Well, Upshot originally was going to host it in Boston, Massachusetts. He even had a venue picked out, I believe, but obviously he's just not on the scene anymore. No worries, TJ. No worries. It's great to have more members on board here. All right. Well, Ramon, unless you guys got any more questions for me. Thank you, Alan Schneider. Thank you for the $1.99 super chat. Cheers to the Doge. Cheers to the Doge. Guys, there's so much to look forward to. This Dogecoin Foundation is so badass. What's going on with the Dogecoin Foundation is so remarkable, is so incredible. Here we have a financial advisor directly to Elon Musk on the board. We've got Vitalik Buterin as the blockchain advisor. We've got the Doge devs who are awesome, brilliant folks. It's quite the dream. It's honestly a dream team. And then just 2 days ago, keep in mind, it was just 2 days ago that Elon liked a tweet by somebody discussing the ins and outs of the Dogecoin node updates. So people, I see people always speculate and wonder when they don't hear Elon specifically address or talk about Dogecoin for a couple weeks. I don't think he's in it anymore. His heart's not anymore. He's not on the Doge train. Guys, he's had his eyes on Doge. Elon has been working and coordinating things behind the scenes for almost 4 years now in regards to Dogecoin. Okay, this is a long-term relationship between Elon and Doge. And just because he doesn't tweet about Doge for a week or two, it doesn't mean anything in terms of his lack of interest or commitment to Dogecoin. Big green machine on the scene. That's right. I'm going to give Zombie Doge Army a little Exosto shout out from the Crypto Cowboy. Yep. Are you anywhere near the LA scene? No, I'm not right now, but I have spent quite a bit of time in Los Angeles years ago when I was very involved in the music industry. Used to play quite a bit in LA and in San Francisco, San Diego, and Sacramento. I do those for quite a bit. Someone says Doge doesn't need Elon. Well, I've always kind of had the perspective that I love Elon Musk, but we shouldn't solely, I don't think it's healthy or fair to solely rely on Elon Musk. And I think that Dogecoin has proved to have a very strong community and infrastructure with or without the assistance of Elon talking about Doge. So I think that's awesome. I love Elon. I got massive respect for Elon. But at the same time, I don't think it's good or strategically intelligent to solely rely on Elon. Kama says, give it to us one more time. We'll give you one last one for the Texas toast. All right, gang. Well, this has been fun. I want to thank each and every one of you guys for tuning in. If you already haven't subscribed, I encourage you to do it. Make sure all those notifications are on. Let's keep spreading the Dogementum, spreading the positivity. You guys are great. You guys are great. And don't forget, you can always join the Discord. The Discord link is in the chat. I might come on for a short membership stream in a little bit, guys, for members only. I gotta rest my throat for a little bit before I do that. So I am going to start picking up those membership only streams very soon, if not tonight. So members, keep an eye on your notifications. And for those of you who aren't members, when you join, it unlocks membership only streams and membership only exclusive content, including those neato emojis you see in there. And you can join for as little as $4 a month. There's 3 different tiers of membership. You can just check it out, the join button. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys tuning in. And thanks so much. Appreciate each and every one of you. I'll leave you with this outro, rather. This is Steven Steele. Until next time, guys. Thanks.
If we operate with extreme urgency, then we have a chance of making life multiplanetary. Still just a chance, not for sure. If we don't act with extreme urgency, that chance is probably 0. And the rate of innovation is not going to be constant. It's either going to increase the rate of innovation, or it's going to slow down. If you look at American access to space with Crew, we were able to go to the moon in '69. Then with the space shuttle, we could only go to low Earth orbit. And the space shuttle retired, and then for almost a decade, there was no America had no access to space for its people. So this is a pretty bad trend. It's trending to 0.
Right.
We need a very strong trend in the other direction in order to have any chance whatsoever of making life multiplanetary.
Yep.
So that's the reason for the extreme sense of urgency.
technologies necessary to make life multiplanetary. To answer more seriously, if you consider the nature of importance itself and say, how do you tell that anything is important? Well, the lens of history is a helpful guide here. And the more you zoom out, the more you can distinguish the things that are important over a great span of time, the truly important things, versus the things that may seem important in the moment but are forgotten once that moment has passed.